Oh, I'm speechless. Speechless. At least I was for a moment there. We've just got rid of one shitty reality TV show, right? The Real Housewives of Orange County. Only to find out, in my dismay, it's been replaced by another shitty reality TV show. The Real Housewives of DC. For fuck's sake. God almighty, look at the size of them tits. That's unnatural. Why do men lust after big tits? Why are they fascinated with them? I don't like big tits, I hate them. They repulse me. You know my ex-wife, right? I mean, she was a big fat fucking bitch anyway. She had these humongous fucking tits. Massive they were, and she was proud of them. Only flaw, she said, was, oh, I get a bad back now and then. Oh, I'm a fucking surprised. It's a wonder you've still got a fucking spine. I mean, they were horrible. They were bulbous and full of veins and, you know, inverted nipples. Ooh, no way, man. And towards the end of our marriage, when she put on even more weight, well, her cup size went up to size H. Now that's fucking big. It was embarrassing going out with her to the shops or anywhere. I mean, Christ almighty. She used to have to wheel this bloody wheelbarrow in front of her to fucking support herself. And, you know, it's like being out with Buster Gonad and his unfeasibly large testicles. Oh, I'm not talking about that anymore. Oh, God, bloody Nora. I mean, this is beyond a joke. I mean, remember that line Roger Waters wrote on the Pink Floyd album, The Wall? I've got 13 channels of shit on the TV to choose from. Well, he was lucky. I've got about 500 channels on the TV of shit to choose from. I'm glad it's on mute. It's fucking rubbish, I'm telling you now. God, I thought I could smell something. Stinks that. I bought this off a work colleague a few days ago. It's fucking stinks, I'm telling you now. Mother came round before, didn't she? On the scrounge as usual. For once she didn't bring that horrible little shih tzu with her, which never fucking shuts up yapping. You know, it's always dragging leaves and fucking with its feet and that. I always have to vacuum clean up. Every time they've been and gone. Anyway, my mother comes round, again, scrounging for a few ready meals, but what I make myself, because she doesn't know what to make for a tea. Minus the dog, the horrible little yappy little bastard. And she goes, "What's that smell, Trevor? Have you been on the happy backy again?" I says, No, it's this new air freshener that's just come out. It's a cross between potpourri and patchouli. She went, Yeah, she said no more about it. I mean, she knows I smoke it anyway, but we all have vices. My mother, right, she's got a big fucking vice. She doesn't drink and she says she doesn't smoke cigarettes, but she always comes round here to get one off me. And she goes playing bingo about 25,000 fucking times a week and barely wins a bean. You know what I mean? Anyway, oh God, what the fuck am I talking? Sorry, this is a film review video. Cut. Whatever. Hello, hammerheads. Thanks for tuning in. I've lost the plot here, you know. It's that frigging gear. I had a joint before. You just ramble on and on and on. Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to review two of my favourite Burt Reynolds films, right? And I was going to include um, Deliverance, but I reviewed that film, oh God, either last year or early this year. I don't know, it's on my channel somewhere anyway, that one. I'm sure I reviewed it with another thriller, 2 films. But anyway, first up, from 1986, right? Directed by R.M. Richards, starring Burt Reynolds. Very small print. Burt Reynolds, Karen Young, Peter McNichol, Neil Barry, Howard Hessman and Diana Scarwid. Yep, from the novel by William Goldman. I like the music in this as well. A very nice saxophone. Music by Michael Gibbs. A very sleazy, sexy, lazy, chilly out saxophone in this. Tenor, I think. And Heat! Yeah, rated 18, released on the Canon label. Burt Reynolds, tagline, no fear, no law, he's out for vengeance. Sorry, revenge. I'm sure I had vengeance last time I looked. I'm seeing things. Anyway, I'll read the synopsis, right? 97 minutes. A hard-edged thriller from the pen of William Goldman, author of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. We learn something new every day, don't we, hammerheads? All the President's Men and Marathon Man. That was a good film, I've got that somewhere. Burt Reynolds is Nick Escalante, freelance bodyguard, loner, gambler and the most lethal man alive in Las Vegas. Friends and strangers all come to him for help. There's Osgood, who wants to impress his girlfriend. There's a millionaire who needs Nick to teach him bravery. And there's Holly, who endangers his life after exacting revenge on the mobster's son who sadistically raped her. While his own dreams shatter at the casino, Nick makes sure theirs comes true. But luck, like love and death, works in strange and tragic ways. I'm sure there's a bit of bad grammar in there. Well, I'll do my own synopsis, right? Yeah, Burt Reynolds plays Nick. He's like Superman. He can do anything, you know. He's hard as friggin' nails. Well, the film opens with you know, this beat up girl, you know, battered to bits and being dumped at the emergency ward and the nearest hospital. That was nice of attackers, wasn't it? Every cloud must have a silver lining after all. No. And anyways, you know, he's letting this little shithead at the beginning beat him up in front of his girlfriend, just so she'll go to Atlantic City with him. And he works. And he pays him money later on that. And then he's looking after this millionaire bloke, right? He's made $1 million on his 21st birthday, something to do with microchips or freaking computer software or something like that. And he thinks he's a big gambler, this little bloke who he's protecting. He asks him how much he puts stakes on that and stuff like that, and he's like, oh, $50 to $75. Burt Reynolds just goes, fucking petty cash that. Because he's a big gambler. He's got a problem and he won't admit it. I mean, he gambled. Yeah, you know, he had £500,000. He's fucking threw it all away at one point in the film. And he's shouting at the screen going, you fucking idiot, do not do it. Yeah, degenerate gambler. And all the while, he's thinking of going to fucking Venice. He's obsessed with Venice. You never know why. He needs a certain amount of money to stay there for 5 years. Maybe in the novel it'll explain a little bit more about it. Yeah, maybe. But don't be fooled by what people like me mother say and me sister, because contrary to popular belief, the novels are not always better than the films. I discovered that over the years. I mean, for instance, Jaws. Peter Benchley's bestseller? It was shit. Has to be said. Compared to the Spielberg film, it was rubbish. Characters were different. It's just not as... It wasn't very suspenseful. The film was. Just like Once Upon a Time in America. Ah, the book is terrible. It's like fucking The Famous Five or something. And the film is excellent. Sergio Leone, brilliant director, you see. And The Warriors, you know, 1979 film, directed by Walter Hill. That was from a novel by Sol Urich. God, he wrote it in 1965. The book was fucking shit. I haven't read it myself, but there's a bloke at work who has read it and he told me about it, and it's nothing like the film. In the book, they wear straw hats and that. There's not even any fighting in it or anything, hardly. It's nothing like the 1979. Anyway, I'm going off one again. Heat. Directed by R.M. Richards, starring Burt Reynolds, Karen Young, other people, and 97 minutes long. 1986. And this film is on YouTube. But I wouldn't fucking leave... I'm not leaving a link because it's all in 10 or 11 parts and all that, you know, and whoever's uploaded it has done a bad job. There's bits missing at the beginning of this part, there's bits missing at the end of this part, so it's like he's forgot to hit the pause button before he's like change his fucking device or whatever. But anyway, I'll continue on with the fucking synopsis, man. Holly, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, who's been raped and that by a mobster's son, is, I'm getting sidetracked here, man. Them walking about upstairs have put me off, you know. Oh, shut the fuck up. Yeah, she wants to, she tells him she wants to file a lawsuit against him. And he believes her at first. But a real motive is to get revenge. So he goes round there to this little pipsqueak's mobster's son's apartment, you know, pretending he's a pimp. And he says, you've messed up one of my girls and that. And anyway, to cut a long story short, he batters them all. Him and, well, he just doesn't take much. I think he farted in his direction, he just fell flat down. His two bodyguards, however, great big massive gigantic huge enormous whopping immense, they wouldn't fit through that doorway. That's what she tells him in the film as well. But he batters them all, ties them up, subdues them, gives her a call, she comes round with a pair of shears, and this mobster's son, he's begging for his life, but she's humiliating him like he did to her. And she gets these shears and nicks his penis. Just clips it a little bit, and he passes out. Then she pinches 20 grand out the drawer, and he tells her she's got to leave town. I wouldn't know. But anyway, he's got to prove his innocence and that he didn't kill, because he killed his bodyguards, didn't he? This little mobster's arsehole boss. Son, sorry. And he got the blame, but he got away with it 'cause he believed and it wasn't him. This crime lord called Baby, curiously enough. And anyway, he assembles a lot of fucking misfits to come and get him. He kills them all in very interesting and violent ways. Brilliant how he kills them all. And he goes after the mobster's son at the end. This has got a different ending to the one on YouTube. The ending of this, you think his friend, he's protecting, the millionaire, he's dead because he got shot all over the place. But in the one on YouTube, at the end, just before you see him in Venice, he's friggin' visiting him in hospital. God, anyway, check it out, Heat. Oh, God almighty. Went on too long, that. Right, second one. Directed by Harley Corcliss. A Leo L. Future production, a Harley Corcliss film, Burt Reynolds, Malone. Ho ho. Lauren Hutton, Cliff Robertson. He didn't start a fight, but he'll sure as hell finish it. I like that. Released on Orion. And look at that, look at that, look at this. Look at this, right, look at this, look at this. Look at that. £74.99p. Recommended retail price. Right, so I bet it's worth about £5 an hour, if that. It's funny, isn't it? 1987, and it was worth a bomb. Now it's probably worth jack. Right, I'll read the synopsis. Malone, ex-cop, ex-CIA, ex-explosive. Richard Malone is trying to escape from his past in the Pacific Northwest, but his dream of the quiet life disappears when he stumbles into a small-town conspiracy led by a right-wing millionaire zealot. His ex-partner and lover appears on the screen, this time as his assassin. Malone has all the ingredients of a thrilling, fast-paced, all-action adventure. Burt Reynolds, Keith McMillan played a fat, greasy, horrible, small-town sheriff as usual. Cynthia Gibb, Scott Wilson, Lauren Hutton, Cliff Robertson. Music by David Newman. Screenplay by Christopher Frank. From the novel Shotgun by William Wingate. It's amazing how many friggin' films have been adapted from novels, isn't it? Directed by Harley Corcliss, 1987. 92 minutes approx. Bloody blah. And rank home video. Right, I'll give my own synopsis. Yeah, I think he's a CIA hitman and or something. He can't like go through this hit at the beginning with his sniper rifle, and later on he tells Lauren Hutton, his ex-lass and that, who works at the CIA as well, says, well, I'm getting out, I've had enough. I just couldn't pull the trigger. And she went, you can't just walk away. He says, watch me. Then the credits come up, the opening credits. He's got this lovely gun in it. Anyway, he ends up in this town. His beloved Ford Mustang breaks down, right? And it's a transmission, apparently. Stops off at this garage in the middle of the fucking desert, and it's in this small town, incidentally, and he's got a young daughter, the garage owner, where he stops for a few days and all that until his car's sorted. So he's waiting for parts to come in from somewhere, fucking, I don't know, Missouri or something daft like that, I can't remember. And anyway, this fucking Cliff Robertson, Delaney, he's buying out everyone in these shops and in this town. And like, this garage owner will not sell up. It's all him and his daughter's got, you know what I mean? Without that, what have they got? Nothing. And anyway, Burt Reynolds saves the day, and to cut a long story short, he kills all the villains very interesting and violent ways again. And he gets shot in both of these films as well. Doesn't die though. Can't have Warbird dying, can we? Yeah, so Malone and Heat. 86, 87. Cracking thrillers. And this one as well. I don't think the film's on. It is on YouTube, but it's in friggin' Dutch or something. So it's pointless unless you're from Holland. But I'll leave the link to the fight scene, because you have to watch it. It's even more violent than this version, and he actually says something in it as well that he doesn't say in this. He goes, anyone else? He doesn't in this, he just walks away. I don't know why it's called a fight scene, because he demolishes the guy. He nearly kills him. I'll leave the link to that scene, right? From this. Down below, hammerheads. Now, what am I going to do for the rest of the night? Oh, I've got to go in the kitchen and do a spaghetti bolognese, haven't I? Forgot all about that, bloody hell. I hope I remember to go to Mal's for some tomato puree. Did I or not? The shop's long shut by now. Without that, I am screwed. Oi, mate! I'm trying